Alrighty, so today we're going for ranked win number 500 with Warlock. Now, sorry, you may have to excuse me. I'm just getting over getting sick here. But when you get to rank, or when you get to win number 499, got to do a YouTube video. So here we go. Deck list should be right here. It's not going to be a terribly competitive deck list, so don't be thinking you're going to get to 500 wins with just this deck list. I do have some stories about Warlock that I'll get into either during the gameplay or after the games, depending on how many games it takes to get to 500. Just for reference, I'm rank 19 right here in Wild, but that's mostly because I've been messing around with random decks like Dragon Warlock, and this is Renounce Darkness. It's like Renounce Darkness, discard Demon Zoo with Reno. Like, it's not a real deck. But this is why we're here. Let's get number 500. Oh, the whole point of that was that I could show you that I'm ranked 12 in Standard, which is what I've been playing with the most. This month I went from like 430 up until 499, playing mostly Ancient Hordes, which is just Zoo, but I got so freaking sick of Zoo. So we're gonna get this last one with a deck that's a little more creative. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hopefully this only takes one game, because I'm going to record as many games as this takes. Okay, so let's get rid of that Eater of Secrets. That's useless. And just because I have the Nether Spite, and I want to make sure that I get a Dragon opening hand, I'm going to go ahead and drop the Imp Gang. I might regret that later. Okay, we're good to go. We got dragons. Got the Nether Spite Historian. And we got a guy playing a weird deck. Great.
I greet you.
It's been so long since I played on an actual computer. I almost always play on my my phone at this point.
Once upon a time.
I'm not at all concerned with endgame yet. And I don't really have anything that targets. So we're going to go ahead and get Choma, just in case we get behind. Imp Gang is probably the way to go because it's on curve. But I want to discover as many dragons as possible. So we've already got 2 bookworms. We don't do any spell damage. I think Ysera is the way to go, because I mean, it's Ysera. It's wonderful.
My greeting.
And right now, I am looking on my phone. I'm just making sure the stream is still going strong.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Make sure everything's working all right. That was a weird play. Let's go ahead and continue to press forward. Oh my god, he's playing Mill. Oh my god, it's time to start dumping my hand. Because I cannot play that type of game. BRB. Alright. Everything looks good on stream, so I'm not too worried. I'm a little worried about getting this win, though, because this is a really weird deck. Fortunately, he's not rogue, so he has no way to reproduce this. Okay. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is 500. Your soul shall be mine. Alright, I am super excited about that. But because that game took such a short amount of time, I'm going to play one more game. I can't believe he just conceded when I killed his Murloc. I mean, come on, if you're playing Mill Druid, you gotta know that if your opponent figures out what you're doing, you're screwed. So this could be a bad matchup.
Your soul shall be mine.
I'm not sure I have very much faith in myself in this one. But we'll see. Look at this. Beautiful golden hero power and golden portrait. Yeah. I'm happy about that. So, anyway, a little bit about my journey with Warlock. Warlock is my first golden class. Warlock was the first deck that I really latched on to. I've been playing Hearthstone since June of 2014. I started playing right before the Nexramas dungeon, whatever it was called. And it was a lot of fun right from the start. I enjoyed it. But I was never particularly good. But I played so much that I eventually got to a decent number of wins with Warlock. And then eventually I found I mean, it was a horrible deck. It wasn't even using like any kind of meta game. It was just a bunch of cards that I liked. It was a Warlock deck. It featured a lot of Death Rattle and Kel'Thuzad. I mean, it was awful. Truly terrible. But I had a lot of fun with it. And I got a lot of wins with it. And then in, I guess about August of that year. No, it was later than that. It was probably April of that year. Probably around the time Black Rock Mountain came out. I got Imp Gang Boss, and I started really having a ton of fun with Handlock. Handlock was the first deck that I like net decked. It was the first deck that I tried to really be competitive with. I mean, I watched YouTube videos on how to play this type of deck. I mean, it didn't help. I was awful at the game. And I mean, by some people's standards, I still am. I've never been to Legend. My highest rank ever was rank 8. 7 or 8. And that was in the October 2015 season. In the summer of 2015, I really super got into things like the metagame, and you know, I really tried as hard as I could to get to Legend. And actually, since then, I think this is the highest rank I've been, is rank 12 in Standard. I just have never really got that fire back to keep on playing. And actually, the last several months, I've barely played. The only playing I did was enough to get up to rank 20 so that I could get the card back, the season card back, and the you know, and the season rewards. Let's see if we can overcommit and get him to use a brawl on a kind of suboptimal board. This isn't a great board. So if we can get him to use a brawl here, that's pretty good. Okay. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so I keep an imp. That could have been much worse. Okay, so there's Chromagus. There's the big finisher. Let's go ahead and drop the Eater of Secrets, because he's not going to play any secrets. I mean, he's a warrior. They don't have secrets. Burn. Let's go ahead and just use that. And then I could just Chromagus here, but I'm afraid he will he's still got 1 execute, he's still got 1 shield slam. Yeah, I'm not going to drop Chromagus yet. Let's go ahead and drop Double Gang Boss and tap and see how he responds to that. If he just plays a weapon like Death's Bite, I mean, we've got him. We can get rid of that weapon pretty quick. Or Gorehowl, that's even better. That is a ridiculous tempo swing. That means he spent his whole turn, 7 mana, his whole turn to take out a 2/4. I'm very happy with that play. I'm only 1 card ahead of him. Let's go ahead and tap one more time. That's probably the last tap until I have Chromagus on board. By the way, in case you hadn't been able to tell, this is my new room. My girlfriend and I moved into a duplex here on the Missouri side of Kansas City. We actually just moved in a little over a week ago, and this is the first time I've been able to. And I actually just got my computer and everything set up yesterday-ish. So that's both brawls. Just got 6 in hand. I gotta assume one of those is Elise. I think the most efficient way to deal with this is just Bookworm. Doesn't really give me much presence for the rest of the turn, though. Let's go ahead and do it. The alternative is leaving that on board and dropping Chromagus and tapping, which I don't like that play either. So this game is okay. Well, he just solved the problem of what I'm going to do next turn. Excellent. Got rid of the second shield slam. Okay, so we've still got another Siphon Soul. We've got Iron Beak.
I have no time for games.
I think we're going to Iron Beak that.
Once upon a time.
That's interesting.
Job's done.
Okay. So, what's he gonna do? Okay. So that way you can get rid of the whole board.
That's not right.
Oh, he did misplay. Should have sunk his face into the Drake and used Sylvanas on that. So... that might be a little overly ambitious.
That belongs in the museum.
Okay, so at this point I just got a face tank because I'm going to be in fatigue earlier than him. I'm already at less health, and he's got tank up. Is he going to execute here? If he's got it, he's going to execute the Dragon Lord. Okay, so he does not have it.
I wield the power.
So we just have to keep pressing. This is probably going to be game here. I don't see how he could efficiently deal with all this.
Maybe. No.
Because he's already used both brawls. Even if he executes, Deathwing. I'm gonna get Chromagus out. Plus, I've still got all this on board, so. If he tanks up, I mean, it's just not enough. He'd have to gain a crap ton of armor this turn. Okay, so there's the execute. Here comes Chromagus. Tank up. And well played. We could be a dick. Oh, wait, no, we couldn't. I don't have any more dragons. Alrighty. That's 501. And I think that's probably where I'll stop keeping count, because there's not really much point. So, I got my first golden hero, and I'm really excited about that. Thank you all for anyone who's watched this far. Next up is going to be... should be Warrior. Yeah, I'm almost at 300 for Warrior. And then... 166 for Mage. So, yeah. Thanks to everyone who's watched. This is Primetime CP23. And I'm out.